The following is a presentation of SC State Athletics.
For the third time in a row, the South Carolina State Bulldogs are at home at the Oliver C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium, Willie Jeffries Field, for their final non-conference game of the season against the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles. The Golden Eagles, coached by Dwayne Alexander, have only won one game this year. They beat Kennesaw State, and they've struggled to score, only averaging 8 points a game. South Carolina State, on the other hand, has gotten it going. They've averaged 44 points a game over their last two opponents, Virginia Lynchburg and the Citadel, and the defense has only given up 8 points a game. Can the Bulldogs continue their dominance and get a win over an Ohio Valley Big South team? We're about to find out. Coming up next on the Buddy Pough Show. Gives it to Alex on the right side. Alex bounces it outside into 40, turns it going into 45. At midfield, into Morgan State territory. 25-20, 15-10, 5. Dixon breaks through the 40, 35-30. Johnny Dixon is 25-20, 15-10. Johnny Dixon 5. Touchdown, Johnny Dixon. He keeps it himself. Devontae Smith got wrapped up and gets him on the turf. This team has only won one game, but you got a pretty good ball club you're going to be facing today.
I guarantee you, these guys, Ohio Valley team, have had some real tough games in their schedule. Been to New Mexico, been to places where, we have a hard time playing at Furman. Gave Furman a pretty tough game. So you can bet that this will be a tough game for us today.
When you start talking about what you've been able to do, been able to put points on the board, getting the running game going, you got 4 running backs averaging well over 4 yards a carry. What's going to be the key to getting them on track here today?
Well, it's up front that counts when you start talking about the run game. And yes, we do have some good-looking young running backs, but we got to handle these guys up front. And their defensive front is about as good as we played against all year this year. Their defensive ends, 8 and 55, are really special. And they got 2 big behemoths down inside. So we got our work cut out for us. Our offensive front's got to really play well to be able to run the football against this crew here today.
Coach, they've struggled offensively. Seems like they haven't been able to find any consistency. The main position, which is quarterback.
Yeah, he's crying about his quarterback position and the fact that they've turned the football some over. If they played, as well as they played against Kennesaw, then it could be a real tough game for us in here today because they didn't turn the football against those guys, but in the rest of the games they have. So hopefully we can find a way to get some balls away from them. But at the same time, their quarterback position will probably be the key ingredient in their whole entire offensive plan today.
Your quarterback position really settled down last couple of weeks. Corey's played really well. What's going to be the key to him getting off to a fast start?
He needs to have a good Corey Fields kind of game. He needs to play the kind of game that he played against the Citadel. Didn't play quite as well last week, but he did play, well in certain spots. So hopefully we'll play in a way today. I think we will, that'll give him a chance to have a special day today.
Coach, when you start talking about special teams that play such an important role, what can that happen for you today?
Well, we need to try to at least be able to match up with these guys special teams wise. I can tell you that they've got one of the better punters that we've seen. They kick the ball in general good. They got a 52-yard field goal too. So they got some efforts that you really think about when you talk about some of the top-notch kind of special teams outfits. So we got our work cut out for us in that. Throughout their entire team today, it'd be a good win for us to win this game today.
Coach, you talk about their running backs. They got a couple running backs that really can hurt you when they get the football.
0 and 22, yeah. One from Georgia and one from Florida. I don't know their names, but I sure know what they look like. And I can tell you they're both really, really good. They can scratch off and get away from you real fast. So we need to make sure that we keep the big plays down. We want to keep their big plays under 5. We can do that, then we got a chance to be able to, get these guys today.
Coach, I always ask you, what's going to be the key to you getting a win here today? Last out-of-conference game before you get into the conference.
Stopping the run on their end, making some turnovers, and then at the same time being able to rush the football on offense.
All right, Coach, best of luck this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Ernest.
High kick is going to be fielded by, looks like Josh Shaw at the 18-yard line, at the 20, at the 25. Note that is Shamontre Burgess. Burgess gets up over the 30. Thought I saw a flag down back at the 20-yard line. Good return for South Carolina State. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the boundary side to the left. Corey looking to the right, throws it to Juwan Howell out of the backfield. Howell gets him over the 10, at the 15, at the 20. He's got some room in front of him. 35-40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. Could he go all the way? Yes. Juwan Howell, 90 yards from Corey Fields. No flags on the play. And just like last week, the last 2 weeks, except this time, Bill, with no assistance from the special teams, the offense goes 90 yards in 3 plays. Handoff inside. Wrapped up, brought down right there at the point of attack. That is number 0, Justin Pegues. On the tackle for the Bulldogs is 99, Jared Kersey. Shotgun formation for Corey. Back to pass, straight drop back. Looking long, throwing it out there. It is caught. Nigel Johnson first down at the 30-yard line. Potts rolling to his right. Potts looking, flips it out tonight. Here we go at the 30, at the 35. Hit at about the 38-yard line. Fights, can't get past the 39. Corey with the snap, back to pass. Corey looking long now. Corey throwing long. Got a man out there. Jordan Smith catches it at the 42-yard line. What a catch, Jordan Smith. And just like that, I said, we haven't thrown it down the field. Shotgun snap, gives it to Pegues over the left side. Pegues waiting now, trying to pace himself. Pegues getting some good yardage across the 25, up to about the 28-yard line. Snap it back. Potts rolling to the left. Potts got a man out there, throws it out in the flat. It is caught on the reception for Tennessee Tech. Now Dean goes in motion from right to left. They give it to Knight inside. Knight makes a man miss, jumps inside. Knight runs over a guy. That was DeMarcus Doe, stepped up, but Knight got 14 yards on that carry. They give it to Knight inside again. Knight just dragging people down to about the 8-yard line. They give it to Pegues. Jump cut inside, wrapped up and not going to get there. They give it to Knight. And he is wrapped up and he's not going to get there. The Bulldog defense stands tall. Caleb Brown, the snap, good snap. Maxion handles it, gets off a punt, and it's going to end over end punt, kind of rugby style. It's fielded by Pegues at the 45. Pegues tried to make a man miss, but it's going to be wrestled down right at the point he caught the football. In the backfield with him, that is Pegues. He gives it to Pegues over the left side. Pegues stops, makes a move. Pegues on the move, up at about the 40, down to the 35. Still on his feet. They can't get him down. Gives it to Knight. Knight wrapped up, brought down Brandon Tucker right at the point he got it handed off. No gain on the play. That's a tackle for loss for Brandon. Wide to the left side is Clark and Fleming. In motion now is the tight end. Potts, option to the left. Pitches it back to Knight. He's got room at the 10, hit the 5. Knight for the pylon. Touchdown. Golden Eagles. So it's 7:38 to go here in the first half. We're right back where we started from at 0. We're tied. South Carolina State 7, Tennessee Tech 7. Here's the snap. Corey back to pass, throws it to the right. Justin Smith-Brown catches it at the 30. Out of bounds at about the, let me see, they mark him at the 34. Picked up a first down against 4 down linemen. Play action fake. Corey throws down the flat. Got Keyshawn at the 40. Keyshawn at the 45, up to about the 48-yard line. He takes a knee, and that is the end of the first half of play. Our score: South Carolina State 7, Tennessee Tech 7.
All right, Coach, this one started about as well as a football game could start, but who knew that would be it?
You're right. After getting the ball at our own 10-yard line, we got a big play. And it was a little play that we threw a couple games before where we blocked the tight ends and get the ball out to our back in the flat. And he just kind of ran through a couple guys and went down and scored. So it was a great start to the game for us.
Juwan Howard, 90 yards for that first score of the game, 7-0. And then, of course, Coach, they had some problems offensively, and your defense was playing well in the football game.
Actually, we played really well, I thought, for a while defensively. And they got the football down close to our goal line a couple times. One time we actually stopped them on a 4th down play. But in the end, they got a score at the very end of the half to tie it up 7-7.
You started talking about this team, Coach. You talked about, and I won't say you warned everybody, but you told me before the game, been saying it all week last week at the Touchdown Club, that Tennessee Tech could run the football, and they really did do a good job running the football.
I knew they had 2 running backs, and I didn't know their name. It's Pegues, well, whatever their names are, but it was 22 and 0. I could see that on film all the time, and it was a little bit scary, and it ended up being scary today too.
So you started talking about they having some problems at quarterback. Their quarterback, I thought, did an admirable job. Only had 1 turnover, and of course, Coach Alexander was concerned about the turnovers, and we were only able to strip it 1 time.
Right. He talked a little bit about that, but I talked with him also about the fact that he'd been turning the football over, and he was trying to find a quarterback, and he put the number 5 kid in there. He'd already tried 4 and 14 and 8 and some other numbers, so now he puts 5 in there. You know how I am. I know numbers, so I knew I saw that number 5 guy there, and he was quite effective for them today.
Start talking about our team defensively, Coach, though. You know, even though they ran the ball extremely well, I thought you played a lot of people, and you do have some numbers to play with. Now, Aaron Smith went down with an injury, but he came back. Fortunately, it wasn't serious.
Right. I think we're in pretty good shape. I think we might have a little problem with Jablonski Green, though, because Jablonski may have broken his hand. If that is the case, then I don't know if that's going to allow him to play any longer.
Of course, South Carolina State now going into the half tied up at 7. A little disappointing after leading the entire first half and only come up with 7 points.
Yeah, that was disappointing. And what was really disappointing was what we did in the second half, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
We're going to talk about it a little bit later. At the end of the first half, South Carolina State and Tennessee Tech all tied up at 7 apiece. We'll take a time out here on the Buddy Pough Show. We'll come back with more after these messages.
Your home is where your memories live, where you laugh, and where you love. We understand the importance of the valuables under your roof, tangible and intangible alike. So no matter what's around the corner, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for nearly 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
Hey, South Carolina, you can make a choice for your Medicaid health plan. Choose Healthy Blue. With Healthy Blue, your whole family is covered for free or low-cost checkups and prescriptions, plus eye exams and glasses for kids and adults. Get all this and more from a plan backed by the Cross and Shield. The choice is easy. Get Healthy Blue now at choosehealthybluecom/SC and get more from Medicaid.
Prisma Health keeps South Carolina hearts beating strong. As the largest cardiovascular provider in the state and home to the only freestanding heart hospital dedicated to the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of heart disease, we provide the heart care you need. With more innovative treatments like LVAD, more specialists, and more locations closer to you, we're doing even more to help you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health, the heart and vascular experts.
All right, it's that time on the Buddy Pough Show for the Prisma Health Injury Report, Coach. And this was a physical football game. We had some guys to go down. Of course, you came in kind of down in the deck with cards, but you didn't have Tyler Smith, the running back.
Tyler Smith from Gaffney, one of our running backs, is out for a while. He has a back injury, and I think that occurred in the last game against Virginia Lynchburg. And then we had 2 or 3 guys, Jablonski Green and Justin Smith Brown, all went down for a while. I think Aaron Smith went down for a while also. I think Jablonski might be hurt though, but the rest of those guys, I'm hoping will be back for the next game.
And Aaron Smith did come back in the game and ended up finishing the game. That's the Prisma Health Injury Report for the Tennessee Tech game. Now it's time on the Buddy Pough Show for the Sack to Give Back, sponsored by Food Lion. And for every sack that the Bulldogs get, Food Lion donates 1,000 meals to needy families in Orangeburg and in South Carolina. And fortunately, Coach, this week we were able to get some sacks. I wish we could get some tackles or losses, but we got some sacks on Saturday.
I think we did get a sack or 2, and I think what will happen is we'll go through this film and kind of figure out who to give it to. I know Aaron was involved, and our inside guys, Warren, Bob, and some of those guys were involved, but I got to figure out exactly who it is. But I think we had a couple sacks this week, so hopefully we get a chance to do some meals for the needy in our area.
All right, thanks to the folks at Food Line for sponsoring the Sack to Give Back program and the Bulldog defense doing their job and getting some sacks this week against Tennessee Tech. We'll take a time out here on the Buddy Pough Show. We'll come back with more after this timeout.
Life moves fast, and while you're raising future MVPs, it's good to know you've got a teammate with Founders, a partner you can trust to always have your back, with products and services that give you the freedom to focus on the more important things. While you're sharing those moments, remember, we're here for one single reason: to help grow your financial success. So when the game is done, you can relax. Because at Founders, our most valuable player is you.
The lottery is not about getting rich. The lottery is about helping people, and it always has been. It was the lottery that helped raise the Great Wall of China, maintain the roads of ancient Rome, and in this country, helped fund a revolution against tyranny. And today, in South Carolina, the revolution continues. But we're not building walls or roads or bridges. We're investing in you. Want to learn more? Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
It was transformational.
It just means the world to me. When I first heard that MUSC was coming to Orangeburg, I was excited.
They have an excellent reputation.
It just felt like our local healthcare system was getting an upgrade.
Having them in this neighborhood, this community, really gives us access to world-class care.
It's close to home.
It's going to stop us from having to travel to Charleston or Columbia.
And that will help save lives.
We're going to have more specialty doctors.
I know it's going to help me create a positive impact on the lives of my patients.
We talk about good quality of life, and that starts with good quality health care.
It provides an opportunity for our young people to be employed in our community and stay in the community.
It's a big deal for us to help attract new families and new growth in our town.
It's a new day.
It's a new day.
It's a new day here in Orangeburg with MUSC.
Two receivers right, one left. Tight end comes to the line of scrimmage now. Snap it back to Potts. Potts rolling to his left, trying to throw it out there. Got a man out there wide open, coming back. Dean makes the catch. I'm sorry, that's Fleming makes the catch at the 43-yard line from the shotgun. Bulldogs in man-to-man defense. There's a snap. Potts looking left, now throws back to right. Screen the other way. Broken tackle. Knight at the 10, at the 5, reaches for the pylon. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Marcus Knight in the running back position in the pistol behind the quarterback. They give it to Knight up the middle. Knight cuts back. Knight stood up. Settles, brings him down at about the 2, into the end zone. He wasn't down. I thought he was down, and they say touchdown. So with 9:50 to go here in the third quarter, Tennessee Tech takes their first lead, 14-7. Pegues at running back in the backfield with Potts. Back to pass. Potts steps up, in trouble, goes down, sacked. Back at the 30-yard line. Dean in motion from left to right. Give it to Pegues up the middle. Pegues through the second level, into the secondary, down to about the 34-yard line before he's tackled by DeMarcus Doe. Shotgun formation for Corey Fields. Fields back to pass. Fields looking long, throws out there. It is caught. Jordan Smith at the 48-yard line, out of bounds. Nice pickup. Shotgun snap. Gives it Pegues. Pegues wrapped up, brought down, tackled in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 5 yards. Potts rolling to his right. Potts flips it out, got a man out there, caught. Barnhart at the 5, stays on his feet down to the 4-yard line. I'm sorry, that's not Barnhart, that's Reese Perkins, the backup tight end. Perkins in motion. The pitch back to Knight. Knight into the end zone for the score on the option. Jordan Potts with the pitch. And just like that, it's a 2-score game. It's Tennessee Tech 21, South Carolina State 7. Fields looks left, looks right, throws it out, caught. Keyshawn Toney is going to be short of the first. No, he gets the first down. He hasn't got the first down at the 37-yard line. In motion is Richard Bailey. Here comes a blitz. Fields in trouble. Fields now wants to run at the 40, at the 45. Fields across midfield into Tennessee Tech territory to 49.
And a first
That's good
down.
enough for a first down. Back to pass Fields. Blitz coming. Fields tried to pump fake. Fields in trouble. Fields throws it away, and it's intercepted. Potts gives it to Pegues over the left side. Pegues trying to drop it outside. Aaron Smith's got a beat on him. They wrap him up, brought him down. 3-yard loss on the play. Option to the right. They pitch it back to Pegues. Pegues trying to get outside. Pegues breaks a tackle, gets the first down. Tackled down by Aiden Weber. Give to Baker in the backfield. Baker trying to get outside. Baker gets away from Tucker. Gets up the field and gets another Tennessee Tech first down at the 26-yard line. Potts hands it to Marcus Knight up the middle. Knight bounces outside. Knight breaks a tackle. Knight breaks another tackle. Pushed out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Marcus Knight broke 3 tackles within 5 yards. They give it to Pegues up the middle. Pegues dives. And Pegues
He's in.
Breaks the plane. Even though Bulldog runs out with the football, he breaks the plane, and it's a touchdown for Tennessee Tech. For South Carolina State, with a tough loss after such a promising start hit this afternoon. A final score, Tennessee Tech 28, South Carolina State 7.
All right, Coach, we did not win the toss. Tennessee Tech won the toss. They elected to defer, and they came on that first possession, went right down the field, and that kind of set the tone for the second half.
Right. They got a score in the third quarter, and they drove it down in a way where it was one of those long drives too. So it was really kind of a stinging kind of drive. But at that point, then we knew that offensively we had to get out and make some things happen. And we got the football and got to move and got a first down or two, but never really got anything going. And eventually we ended up getting, 2 scores behind. Once you get 2 scores behind, in a game such as this, then, that it was a little bit of an issue for us.
We talked about the defense, saying the defense played well, but Coach, time of possession, they really owned time of possession in the second half. 37 minutes they had the football. Exactly. And when a team is at 15 minutes, that's a whole quarter more than the other team. Is hard on your defense.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard on the coach too, because you start trying to figure out how to do some things you probably shouldn't do. I probably should have punted the ball in one of those situations where we were still 1 score down, and we were in a 4th and short. We were actually in a 3rd and short, and I didn't necessarily like what we did there, but we didn't get it, and then we come back and try to get it on 4th and short and give it to them on a short field. At that point, they end up getting a score, which put them up 2 scores, which from that point, was probably more than we could overcome.
One of those keys in the games, Coach, you talk about being able to run the football. We really could not block them well enough to get anything going up front. You had the big play in the first half, but we just could not generate any run game, especially up the middle.
And that was probably the story of the game there more than anything else, the fact that we couldn't really run the football. And you like to throw the football and kind of mix it up a little bit, but in a time when you can't run it at all, then you really give a defense an advantage, because they know what you got to do at that point, and that really makes it a tough situation for your offense.
It was tough for South Carolina State on Saturday. Bulldogs go down to Tennessee Tech by a score of 28-7. We'll take a time out here on the Buddy Pough Show. When we come back, we'll tell you what's up next for your South Carolina State Bulldogs as they begin the MEAC season next week in Delaware. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
This is where the formula ends and the magic begins. We take the mold, shake the mold, and break the mold. From late nights in the gym to later nights in the library, we grind. Because if you think greatness is a game, think again. Here, nothing shines unless we all do.
Why do we travel? Why do we fly? Are we called by the excitement of untold adventures in faraway places? Driven to shape the future of our world, or to share our world with future generations? We designed Columbia Metropolitan Airport for you, and her, and them. So when the day arrives for your next journey, we'll be ready to get you there. Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly with ease.
Won the game. You tripped up the goal line.
You told me you won.
No, I did. I won the game. I ran it through.
That's not winning the game.
It was good seeing you, man. We gotta go. Good seeing you guys.
What's wrong?
Oh, I forgot to call us a ride.
Make the right decision before the wrong one haunts you the rest of your life. In South Carolina, it's sober or slammer.
Hi. Hi. Oh, we all just got new smartphones at Cricket. Hi. Hi.
Hola.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Get great seats, safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. Choose great seats from over 125,000 live events, all backed with a TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Get your tickets smarter at TicketSmarter.com.
All right, South Carolina State going down to defeat 28-7 to Tennessee Tech. Coach, you mentioned iron sharpening iron. That one of the things you liked about this ball game is you want to get your team better going into the MEAC. We got a test against Tennessee Tech, but now you begin the real season against Delaware State. Always a tough place to go and play in Dover.
You're exactly right. And Coach Lee Hull, their new head coach, was the offensive coordinator last year at Howard that beat us up. And a couple of years back, he was at Morgan State as the head guy there, and had some success, won our league one year, and left Morgan State to go work for the Indianapolis Colts. So he's now back at Delaware State as their head guy, and Delaware is off this week, so they got an extra week to prepare. They hadn't been real good so far, but I guarantee you they're licking their chops after seeing what we did today. So we'll see what happens, but I tell you, we got our work cut out for us going up to Dover, Delaware next week.
Coach, you know you got to score points, and looking at that offense right now, how do you tweak that, or what kind of changes you might consider going into Delaware?
You know, that's a good question, Ernest. I was just back with our offensive staff for a minute before we came in here, and I can tell you that we've got to come up with some ideas that's going to be a little bit different from what we've done in the past, and we may have to move some people around. You know, we got to figure out how to run the football a little bit better. We got to do some things with our quarterback to give us an opportunity to be more effective that way. But I can tell you that we've got a big week of work ahead of us at this point, and I can tell you that we not only got this game, and if we are successful in this game, then we come right back and got to go right back into North Carolina Central 4 days later.
On a short week.
Exactly. So we got our work cut out for us for the next couple of weeks, and we'll see what we can do to figure this thing out.
You know, you talk about moving the football, and the coach, there were some positives that Corey was able to throw it down the field. Sometimes he overshot people, but George Smith made some big catches. You know, Justin Smith-Brown in it. There's some weapons there, and it's not like you're dealing with an empty deck.
Yeah, but now we got some youth in it mixed up in there too, and we find ourselves in instances from time to time where we had some busted assignments and that kind of stuff. And at this time of the year, you would hope that would not be the case anymore. But I can tell you that we still have some of those kind of issues. So we got to figure out how to make sure that our guys know exactly what they're doing in most situations. And then at that point, then we got to get to the point where we get our guys settled and then on to play the very best we can for this next month.
All right, Dover, Delaware State coming up, Coach, and you know Coach Lee Hull. What will they try to do, having seen you this past week?
A little bit of everything that they saw done to us today. You know, the kind of stuff that these guys did from Tennessee Tech, the kind of stuff that maybe even Virginia Lynchburg had some success doing. You know, anything that they've seen now in the last month that we've had done to us, you'll see done to us again, you know, with these guys that come up against us from Delaware State.
All right, that's going to do it for this week. South Carolina State going down to defeat to Tennessee Tech by a score of 28-7, folks. We hope to see this week coming up in Dover, Delaware, when the Bulldogs take on the Delaware State Hornets. And, of course, next week, right here on Watch Fox 57 on the Buddy Pough Show.